Hey, Mom.
Hi.
Wanted to see if you could tell a story about how you got your nickname. First of all, tell your name and your nickname, how you're
Well,
known.
my name's Janet Capella, and Capella is a made up name that I found from a star in the sky some years later when I was an adult, when I was in my probably 30s. And there was a singer named Van Morrison who my brother just loved. He was quite the musician his whole life. And he and his neighbor friend Kenny Lee, they they looked on the back of an album. I think it was Tupelo Honey, and they found this Janet Planet name, which was the wife of Van Morrison. So they started calling me Janet Planet, but it didn't really. I don't remember. It was so long ago. That was when we were kids or something. Maybe I was in. No, I don't know. I think I was out of high school, so that would be past 66. Anyway, and there was a lot going on in our family, and there was a lot going on in society then, and people were taking other people's names and making up names and traveling around with backpacks and hitchhiking, and which I did my share of a little bit. Anyway, I got really involved in college and activism and uh, going over to the California coast at Aptos, where there was a nuclear uh, energy building, and we went up. Hundreds of us were there one day. I think I even took my dear little Laurel, and we all ran around on the beach and protested. And that wasn't my first protest, though. When I was 13 years old, my my taste of protesting and speaking out for the people was when I was 13, and we had a very creative and progressive minister who was working with the farm workers' rights movement, and he actually had gone to Selma to march with Martin Luther King and with the other minister in the church, and they came back and they had asked Martin Luther King to come to Fresno because we had terrible what they call redlining now, but what we they just said there was so much discrimination in this place called Fresno. So Martin Luther King showed up on the corner by my high school, around the corner from our house, and our minister and us, and I don't remember my parents going, but I remember my other brother coming, and there were hundreds of us that walked with Martin Luther King from the corner by the high school near the church.
Are you talking about your brother Bruce?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
brother Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my youth group friends and lots of people from the community who I didn't even know. And so we walked down the street over to the City College, and we went to a big stadium, which was on Blackstone Avenue in Fresno. And Martin Luther King got up there and gave a speech. And I don't know that it was ever one of his recorded, probably in the Fresno Bee, what he said, but that did it for me. That cracked me open as an activist, and I've done a lot of different kinds of activism. I've done writing. I'm not so much anymore now that I'm 74, and probably for the last 10 or more years. I don't protest so much, although I have been known to go and stand on the free speech corner, which is now out north in the very affluent area of Fresno, and it irritates a lot of the people that live out there. But and it's in the upscale shopping area, so they don't really like it that these alternative people come down there and have claimed the corners as free speech area. But I've known a lot of wonderful people that I've worked in the women's movement with. Um, of all kinds of things, all kinds of movements. Anyway, peace out.